Let's continue and make our PID using the createPid method. Well, a PID should resolve to some place. So we're going to revert or make a handle that will go to our a record in our catalog. In this case, we just pick this record here. It's a picture of John Lennon playing the guitar and singing a song. So you see above in the URL, that's the local URL. Of course, that will change over time, which is why we're making a persistent identifier. So here we have the local URL. And now let's do something neat. We're going to use a SOAP client, which we can use to operate the web service with. So to do so, we should first download the SOAP client. In this case, we use SOAP UI, which is quite a nice client to work with. I'll just give it a name. So what we do here is basically testing the web service using this client software. Of course, to access the web service, we need to give the client the appropriate URL, or in this case, it's actually a VSDL document. That's to say there it is there. The web service descriptive language. Then we pick the URL here. That's the one you need to talk to the service, to actually build the methods in your client. So here we go. We just leave the settings there, and voila. These are the web methods we can use to create and maintain our PIDs. And let's just go straight to the createPid method and open it up. So here we have kind of a template or skeletal web service request. You see some of the question marks. Those question marks we can actually fill out with actual values, which let's just begin with here with our naming authority. And let's paste it here. And the local URL. Here we're going to put this one in the resolvable URL. There. Oh, you see the we don't need these local attributes. We'll come to this back to this at another demonstration. It's a little bit red here because of the amp signs, the and signs. They're not correctly encoded. So just put the correct encoding there. Remember, it's XML we're sending to the web service, so we need to encode the material properly. There, that's the last one. Yeah, that's fine. So that's the local URL. And now remember that we need to add a web service key to operate the web service. So we do this via header. Now here's the key. We got this from the main website administration panel, and we'll paste the key right there. So now at the with each request we just send this header to authorize. Oh, actually that's not a PID. That's the naming authority that should go there. There. So what I don't specify a PID. I want to automatically generate a PID once I call a web service. Let's just see what happens and go. So here we see the response. We send the request, this is the response, and as you see here above, that's the PID. It's just a randomly generated string. It's unique, and in fact this will resolve to the local resolvable URL. So there's a PID. And why don't we just go straight to the business? What would be the handle? Now remember, the local URL is the search.ixd.nl. But the persistent handle, that's the one you can actually distribute over the internet, is this. That is persistent, and this will resolve to your local website. So just try here, and let's see what happens if I press enter. Wow, well, it's hardly a surprise. So now the handle will bring us to the web.